Hey everyone, it's your girl M, and today we're back with another video on a little piece of M. So I'm gonna paint my nails, and we're gonna go on a little date, you know? So I just searched on Google what are some good first date questions, and I have a list here that says 13 great first date questions backed by science. So this is a real deal. First, I'm just gonna show you my setup here. So I have my gel nail polishes and this Sally Hansen gel nail kit that you can use at home, and I thought this was a great find. I've been using it for a few years now, and I'm not someone who typically goes to the salon that much. I only go for like special events really, or for, you know, really like splurgy self-care days. So this has been a really great way for me to paint my nails at home, and I also just don't like regular nail polish because I find that I'm not very careful in particular, and they always get scratched up after like a day. And I bought additional nail polish from Amazon, and there's some pretty good colors. I just got some basic colors, so hopefully I can get some more in the future, but right now I just have grays, black, white, and some browns as well. Without further ado, let's get to it. The nail polish color I have right now is like this red color, and I painted it red for Christmas, and now it's definitely not Christmas anymore, and you can tell they're like super chipped. So first I'm just going to start off by taking my nail polish off, and we'll start by answering the first few questions. So the first question is, are you working on any personal passion projects? And yes, this YouTube channel is definitely a personal passion project of mine. I thought it would be fun to kind of challenge myself creatively because, you know, I would say I've always been more of like an artistic, creative type of person. Like in school, I always took, you know, the visual arts classes, and I hated like anything that was super analytical or like science, mainly because I sucked at it. I thought it would be fun for me to kind of step out of my comfort zone and create video content because I've never really done that before. And I also just love talking in general, so I thought that YouTube would be a great way for me to start like my own personal passion project. If you want to know, I'm on the fourth finger. Okay, the second question. Oh, this is a good one. What's the best present you ever gave someone, and what's the best present you've ever received? Oh my gosh, if I got asked these on a first date, I would feel so stressed. Best present, the best gift I've ever given, I think would have to be actually something I just gifted recently, and it was a gift for my parents. And recently, after I just got my first job, I purchased some plane tickets for my parents to go to Japan, well, and myself, so that's why I'm also excited about this gift. It's tickets for my parents and myself to go to Japan. We were initially planning to go in May of this year, so May 2021, but I think even now, like even if the borders are open, like, and you can travel, I think it's probably better for us to push the date back. The reason I got the tickets was because they were really cheap. They were like $600 Canadian round trip for one, which like you've never before seen prices. So I thought that would be a great opportunity to just get tickets for the family. And I thought it'd be like a great kind of thank you for my parents, just for everything they've done to support me, and it was like a gift after getting my first full-time job, and that'd be a great way to celebrate. And then the second part of the question is the best present I've ever received. That's a tough one. I mean, I feel like this is not really like a tangible present. For the past few years, every year my best friend's been surprising me with a surprise party. I don't even know if it's a surprise at this point because we like kind of do it for each other. But I think that's been one of my favorite presents, just because it's not so much like, it's not a gift, but I definitely love spending time with my friends and people who are closest to me, and like I value experiences a lot too. So I think that's been just a really great present, like having the people I care about there to celebrate with me for my birthday. Yeah, another one I can think of is a gift I got from a significant other once. It's like a book where you can fill it in and talk about your story, and I thought it was just like a really thoughtful way to give a present to someone you really care about. By the way, I'm done removing my nail polish, and I need to pick which color. And I usually go for like one of these brown gray colors. So also, this is really stupid, but like the bottles are all black. Like, why would they do that? But anyways, yeah, the balls are black, so I took like masking tape and like did a swatch of like the colors so that I knew which color it was. I'm gonna go for like this light gray color. Next question is, what does a typical day look like for you? Right now in COVID, it's definitely different, but I usually wake up every day at like 8:30 to 9, maybe later. It's really depending on what time my first meeting is. And I forgot I need to put a base coat, these base coat and top coats here. So I usually wake up at like 8:30 to 9, and I kind of brush my teeth, do all that morning stuff, and then I sign on and go to work. For those of you who don't know, I work in a big corporation, and I work as an associate consultant. I just started. I've been working for like 6 months now almost, and it's been a lot of fun. Like, I think it's definitely a different experience now that knowing that I can't go into the office. Everyone's pretty chill and open about it. Like, they understand that it's kind of hard to meet people, and like it's pretty understanding. And I also feel like working online has really humanized people, you know, like now when we're in Zoom calls and like there's parents and there's like kids in the background or like dogs barking, like no one really cares anymore, because we're like, you know, like we're all going through the same thing. Like, you can't expect everyone to kind of, you know, first of all, you can't expect everyone to have like a designated place for work, because, you know, you never really had to do that in the past. And secondly, we all have like our own other responsibilities, like as son and daughters, like as parents, as pet owners. For the pandemic, for sure, it's very humanizing to see everyone kind of, you know, just act like we were all just humans out there. But that's pretty much a regular day, and then I work 9 to 5. Sometimes hours are more than that, depending on how busy the day is. And then afterwards, I kind of unwind I'll either play Switch or watch some of my favorite TV shows. I might film YouTube video like this, or work on some other side projects too. Also, you can't see this, but I am curing my nails under the lamp right now. Just curing my nails under the lamp right now. I usually do my 4 fingers at once, and then I'll do the thumb on its own at the end. Question 4. I was reading this blank, and they said blank. What does that mean? Oh, like an article or a book you've read that you found really interesting. So this is a book I have. It's called Good Morning, Good Night, and they're actually like little tweets that Lin-Manuel Miranda used to tweet every day, and it's said like little pep talks for me and you, and essentially they're like little poems that he would write, and they're just like really reassuring. I haven't even gone through this, so I should probably spend some time reading it, but here, let me just give you a random example. This one says, good morning, your mind is yours alone. Do what it takes to make yourself comfy. Build a library in there, place the music, make it your home. Good night, your mind is yours alone. Do what it takes to make yourself comfy. Draw the blinds, kick out the unwelcome guests, make it your home. Definitely one of my favorite books I have, and be honest, I haven't read through it all yet, but I'm really excited, and I should probably do that. I'm gonna start with the color now. So the next question on our date is there anything you don't eat? I don't think there's anything I don't eat. I'm not a very picky person when it comes to eating. Like, I usually try anything and everything. I've never had bugs, and I guess I'm not a big fan of eating like a lot of the like internal organ things, like beef tongue, or like pig's blood. These are like delicacies in Asia, and I mean, I think it's a good thing to kind of like use the whole part of the animal, like as a meat eater. Like, I feel like it's more respectful than like kind of like not using the entire animal. Maybe one thing that I don't particularly like is I don't really like licorice when it's not Twizzlers, and I also don't love like bitter melon, which is also kind of an Asian delicacy, because I think it's really bitter. I think those are the only things I don't really eat. What about you all? Are there any foods that you don't particularly like? I know a lot of people dislike fish or crawfish or seafood, for example. But yeah, comment them down below. Next question is, what sort of vacations do you like to take? I think I'm definitely more of a adventurer kind of vacationer rather than a relaxer type of vacationer. Like, if I had the choice to go between like a new country where like I've never been before and I want to like explore, versus you know, going to a beach and just like relaxing on the beach. I think I would rather choose the former, like going to a new place and exploring new cultures and like new music, new sounds, new sights, rather than just going to, you know, somewhere that's like very luscious and beachy. I mean, don't get me wrong, I would love to do that, but if I had to choose between the two, I'd probably do something that's a bit more like, yeah, like adventure-y. Here, my first coat on. It looks pretty good from a distance. I just don't look too close. Next question is, did anything surprising happen today? No, because I think today it was a pretty chill Sunday, but exciting things that did happen was I caught up with one of my friends from university, which was really great. She was my roommate for a few years, and we haven't really gotten the chance to talk ever since, you know, COVID happened, so it's been nice to really catch up with her. Honestly, today all I did was binge watch My Hero Academia, and it was my first time watching the show, and it is amazing. If you haven't watched it, definitely go watch it. The characters are just so likable, and you get a really good, like, they try to make you fall in love with all the characters, and there's quite a few, but it's been great. I'm on season 4 now, which is apparently like supposed to be the best season so far. There's only 4 seasons, but it's supposed to be like really great. I feel like I could use a second coat, but I'm pretty happy with how it looks right now, so I think I might just leave it. Who am I trying to impress? Anyway, so I'll just do the top coat. I like this one because it's a no wipe top coat. With a lot of gel top coats, you typically have to like use another like, I don't really know what it is, but use another like thing to wipe it off. So this was a pretty good find. The next question is, what's the best advice anyone ever gave you? I think for me, one of the best advice I've ever gotten was actually from like a Netflix special by Brené Brown. And for those of you who don't know her, she is a qualitative researcher. So essentially her job is just to like talk to a lot of people and kind of get a better understanding of like human behavior and tendencies. Her whole book and all of her findings are really centered around vulnerability and what it means to be vulnerable and why it's so important as people to be vulnerable and like to be accepting of other people's vulnerabilities. And it's great. It's kind of like vulnerability itself is actually what you need to be courageous. Like, a lot of people think that, you know, courage is when you are like high and mighty, kind of what you see in TV shows and like reading books, but in reality, like, the people who are the most courageous are those who are able to be vulnerable. She also touches upon a really cool topic, which is like vulnerability in itself isn't, you know, kind of just being open and sharing your life with other people, you know. It's like being selective about who you're sharing that to, like only really sharing and being vulnerable with people who are in the arena, which means the people who actually matter to you. It's about like only caring about people who you should care about. Like, you should not care about the opinions of people who are not there like fighting with you in the arena. So this is a quote by Theodore Roosevelt, who was a president, and I'll just read it out to you, and I'll also leave the excerpt right here, right now. It's called The Man in the Arena. It's from one of his speeches, and it's how it goes. It says, "It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, but there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who at the best knows in the end the triumph and of high achievement, and who at the worst, if he fails, at least fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who never know victory nor defeat." I think it's a really powerful excerpt, just talking about how, you know, if you're just kind of doing your own thing in life and you're really struggling, like, you should not care about the YouTube comments or like the haters, you know, or like people who really don't have a say and aren't in the arena. But yeah, I think that's been some pretty great advice and some learnings from like a book that I've really tried to take into my life and like make a difference out of. Also finished this hand. Now I need to do my right hand, which is always so stressful. I'm right-handed, so painting my right hand with my left hand is really terrible. I'm sure anyone who paints their own nails can relate to this. This next question is a good one. It's tell me about your closest friends. I actually wrote a journal entry about this. The journal entry is lessons I've learned from people who are closest to me, and I kind of list out what I've learned from every like really close friend in my life. So I'll put that in the link down below. But I think what I really like about my friends is that we're all very chaotic, but also very like supportive of each other. And I mean, all your friends should be like that, but my friends are not really scared to call me out on my BS. Like if I'm getting like a big head, or like if something I'm doing is kind of like out of whack, they will not be worried to call me out on it. And I think that's a really important quality to have in friends and the people you keep around you, to make sure that they really ground you. Next question is, what were you like as a kid? I think as a kid I just obeyed the rules a lot. Like I was goody two shoes in that sense. Like even as like a baby, I remember my parents would talk about this all the time. Like as a toddler, we would go to Walmart and I would like play with the toys, but I would never request to buy it. I would always just be like, hey, can we go to Walmart and play with the toys? And I would like press on all the buttons that I could press and like, you know, make the toys that could talk. I would make them talk or whatever. But then beyond that, I would never kind of be like, okay, can we buy this? So I don't know, I was a pretty good kid. The next question is, I've been watching blank and love it. Have you seen any good movies or TV shows lately? I know I already talked about this, but I've been watching just My Hero Academia. I haven't watched Bling Empire yet, but I've heard really great things about it, and I love like bad reality TV shows, and this looks exactly what it is. So super excited to watch it. Have you been to any good restaurants lately? No, because of Miss Rona. I have been getting takeout, and I tried Gushi the other day, which is in Toronto, and they are just like Japanese style restaurant, and we got the fried chicken, which was really good. It was so yummy. I'll put the link down below, but yeah, it was some good chicken. Okay, we're on our last question, woo, which is, do you have any pet peeves? One that I think was ingrained to me like as a child is when people like tap their foot like on the ground a lot when they're like working or thinking or like just sitting, when they tap their foot. I don't know why. I don't know what the meaning is behind it, but like I feel like a lot of Asian Americans, like Asian Canadians, may be able to relate to this, maybe not, but my mom would always tell me to like stop tapping my foot as a kid, and now when people do it, like I get kind of irritated and I have no idea why. Like it doesn't affect me, like it shouldn't really irritate me, but I mean, it's just like ingrained into my head right now, which is a bit of a pet peeve. Another pet peeve I kind of have is like when people try to like get angry at retail workers for something that's like totally out of their control. Like if you're at like a like fast food place and you get angry at like the part-time waiter there who's just like doing what they're told and trying to do their job, like, and you're like creating a scene out of it, that's probably a pet peeve of mine, just because it's like they're literally just working part-time. Like they can't make any like management decisions, you know. Like if you're angry like at the service, or if you're angry at like something that has to do with like the way the restaurant is run, then like email the manager after, or like email the corporation, or like find their phone number. I don't know, something like that, because if you're just like getting angry at the part-time worker, I feel like that's not very productive, and it's like not a good look for you, not a good look for anyone. It doesn't really help the situation at all. So I don't know, just a little pet peeve of mine. So that's it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed that and had fun going on this date. Sorry I didn't prepare any food or drinks, but I thought these were some pretty good questions, and I wish I had Googled like awesome first date questions to ask when I was going on first dates. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. I think I like doing these type of videos where I can kind of just talk and share my thoughts, and hopefully we can get some conversations going in the comments. And yeah, I think that'd be really fun just to get to know you all a little better, and you guys can get to know me better as well. Additionally, I finished painting my nails too, so now they're a nice brown color. I feel totally brand spanking new. Don't look too close because they're not perfect whatsoever. But yeah, had a really great time today. See ya. Little peace out.